yes, I'm not. I actually did. Just this second quarantine kind of like took the wind out of my sails a bit. That, and also I've been doing practically nothing but playing Final Fantasy for like the last couple of months. So yeah, but I'm back now. So, welcome back to Pop Culture Recap, a series where I break down the past month's entertainment news. Although, in this case, it's been like 4.5 months since my previous video, so it'll be more breaking down the more important events of the last, like, half a year, I guess. The main thing being quarantine is still happening in various parts of the world. It isn't here, luckily, but it has still put a damper on a lot of it has, however, continued to put a damper on various production of the different media. James Bond, No Time to Die, the film that I constantly talk about on the channel, as it's going to be released at a particular point, has been delayed yet again to April of next year. So then that means it's just gone the entire cycle, and it's being released exactly a year after it was meant to. I don't know why. The film is done. The film was done since April this year. You can release it into the theaters. We're proven that they're perfectly safe for the theaters. And if you don't want to put that exclusively in the theaters, you can do simultaneously simultaneously online and in-person release. Does that mean countries like here, we're out of the lockdown, but there aren't any movies to watch? A film that did actually come out was the live action Mulan, which I talked about at the end of last year, and so that I was not going to go and watch it, and it wasn't released in the theatre. It was released exclusively on Disney Plus. If you paid extra money on top of the streaming service that you already paid money for, and that's actually fine. If you want to release it there, it's fine. It works. If you don't want to risk it in the theaters, because apparently Tenet, New Mutants were both released into physical theaters. New Mutants had people boycotting it for that exact reason, because we're all apparently petty 10-year-olds. If you don't agree with the market or with how the film was released, just don't go watch the film. There weren't people clambering over themselves to watch New Mutants anyway. Funny enough, people weren't making the same argument about Tenet. So I think that shows a double standard there. But anyway, back to Mulan. I didn't watch it because we all know if it's a live action Disney remake, it's boring, and B, not as good as the original. And I haven't seen the original, so I cannot accurately tell you how much it sucks. But from what I've heard, it's the worst of them yet. Basically, it takes out all the music. It takes out all the musical numbers. It takes out all the fun fantasy elements and instead it tries to make a gritty feminist film, which completely misses the point of the original. The original, from what I've heard, was fun and really, really good, and the music and characters added to that. This film is just an abomination, apparently, because they go so far as to speak the lyrics of the songs in the scenes. If the sheer cheek of doing that, if you're going to take out the musical numbers, at least take them out in their entirety. You're basically then just still cashing in on the nostalgia of the original. We're going see the lyrics of the original songs, but at the same time taking out everything that made that moment special. And then you add in all these other things that no one cares about. You added in heaps of extra characters. You went back on the super historical Chinese thing by making the main character a legit superhero and adding in a character that turns into a bird. But yes, a talking dragon was too out there. It baffles me as to why they made this film. I haven't talked to a single person who likes the movie. And to make it worse, there are three things that I think are important and should convince you to not go watch the film. A, the main actress has come out in support of the Chinese government in relation to their action towards Hong Kong, which isn't a good thing. The main actor promotes communism, killing people who disagree with her country. Two, parts of the film were actually filmed on Chinese concentration camps, not ex-concentration camps that used to have people on there. Current ones. They were the sites of concentration camps. And three, they're doing all of this just to try and cash in on more money. It's utterly disgusting. We need to stop Disney. We need to get them back to making actual original films again, and not just keep on these soulless cash grabs, because we all know the more they go on, the worse they will eventually get. Another film that came out was on Amazon and Netflix, and everyone who follows the media at all probably knows the film that I'm about to talk about. So, a Netflix film, a film on cuties, is a film by a French director who has a name I won't even try to pronounce because it's French, and it has been under fire for some of its questionable content. The film, everyone's criticizing it because it basically condones child sexuality. In other words, a pedophilia. It features a bunch of underage children performing exotic dancing and twerking all over the place. Which, if you remember back to what I thought about the Super Bowl's halftime show, I equated that to actual porn, and this is that same exact type of dancing. The director, however, came out and said that the film was actually not about that. It was actually warning against pedophilia by apparently showing it on screen, which, yeah, their argument does not stand in this case, because I wouldn't go and shoot a film that shows it's bad to kill puppies by just showing you footage of just someone killing puppies. Because no, that's stupid. As much as a film can be independent from the character's actions in that film, it does not. There is a line that you can still cross, and this film is that line. Someone even emailed Netflix and tried to get them to take down the film. But Netflix, obviously being a corporate company that tries to pretend they're always in the right, gave really obscure corporate answers until this conversation happened, where they were unable to explicitly condone pedophilia, and all in the name of this stupid film that apparently won an award at this Sundance Film Festival. So yeah, the movie industry's just gone down the toilet apparently, because we now have this thing that's apparently a film. Oh, but enough about that. I'm in bad films. And what else has happened over the last couple of months? Oh yeah, Alan was cancelled. I think. I haven't seen anything explicitly saying the show's been cancelled, but it's pretty obvious that she hasn't got a career anymore. Basically all these allegations about Ellen came out saying that she was actually a horrible person, backstage, and treats everyone on a show like actual human garbage, and that she just pretends to be a nice person on the show. And people have shared on clips from the show of like questionable things, of things actually in the interviews themselves, like Ellen made Taylor Swift cry in an interview, basically because Ellen thought that it was hilarious, and there was apparently evidence of like all of this in Ellen's home or something, and then Ellen's home got robbed, and this incriminating evidence was apparently stolen along with all these other things, which is terribly convenient if you ask me. But in spite of that, Ellen's been forced to make an apology, which was like the most backhanded and like worst apology ever, because her entire argument was her trying to convince people that she wasn't good enough actress to put on a different identity on stage and backstage. I was incapable of being two different people, which Ellen's an actress. She should know that actors and actresses do that on a daily basis. So that argument convinced absolutely zero people. So yeah, Ellen's been cancelled. I don't explicitly know. I haven't explicitly seen anything at the show itself has been cancelled, but it's a pretty sure thing. No one's going to watch it after all of this. No one's going to be on it because the apology pretty much confirmed that Ellen's just like that type of person who just who just never apologizes, even when they're clearly in the wrong. They just try to spin it any way to make themselves look good. Whereas she just has to apologize, say, I'm gonna say, yes, I was a horrible person for like 20 years on my show. Accept that and just go away, because you can't judge yourself out of this one. And I didn't watch the Ellen show anyway. I didn't find it entertaining. So I'm not missing out on much. Honestly, the other reason that I haven't like done a recap for like half a year is that actually not a whole heap has happened because quarantine. Like a few artists have released music and stuff over quarantine. In pretty creative ways. Like all the bands that I follow, 21 Pilots, OK Go, they all released something over quarantine, and then Dua Lipa, she's been pretty creative, and has released like an animated video, this whole remix album of all these other animators coming together. That was pretty creative. Like her album came out on the cusp of quarantine, and she didn't let that stop her promoting and stuff. But check it out. The album Future Nostalgia. It's quite a banger, and I admire the fact that she just knuckled down and just released all the videos and stuff during quarantine. Other stuff. Oh yes. Apparently Twitter broke the other day, because Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, a game I have talked about on this channel before, which is a fighting game by Nintendo, continues releasing characters every couple of months or so, and the difference now is that I actually own a Switch and have the game, so I'm actually slightly more concerned about the game now, and the latest release of the character in this Nintendo game was that the Minecraft character Steve, like the main Minecraft player character, is now coming into the game, and that news was entirely monumental enough to actually break Twitter and just the entirety of social media. And it's kind of like the Sans thing last time, except here it's an actual character, and it was also like a joke character that everyone was asking for, but because Smash because the Smash fan base is extremely toxic, they can't appreciate anything, and heaps of people came out and complained, yelled and screamed that Minecraft is a children's game and doesn't belong in this game, which is a stupid argument because other characters in Smash Ultimate include Kirby, Mario, Sonic, Zelda, Mega Man, Pac-Man, all these other kids games. There's probably 4 from an M-rated franchise. So it's just the same thing of just the Smash fans complaining that they didn't get the character they wanted, which is a very stupid thing to complain about because the amount of characters that could be added to the game is astronomical, and you're just complaining about one specifically. Just appreciate the things that you get, because the person making the game It does not owe you anything. They can put in whoever they want. They don't have to please you, some random stranger on the internet. I know there was something else that I was going to talk about, but my mind's completely blanked. I don't know what it was. I would have, whatever it was that I forgot to talk about. It probably isn't important anyway. So, yeah, this is probably a shorter video than others, because yeah, again, not like a lot has happened, and I'm busy with stuff, so I don't want to have to edit this other days. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. It's great to be back, and I will see all of you in the next video. Farewell.